All right, we got a good bonus. That's nice. And some nice experience. Okay, what do we want here? I already have 2 Panthers, so I really don't want another one. I'm sorry. No, I want a Jenner. Never mind. Getting confused. No special weapon systems that I saw, so we'll just let it take whatever it's going to take. Okay, that's not a bad loadout there. I wouldn't mind another Jenner. But at this point, we have two Panthers and are working our way up towards the second Jenner. All right, guys. We're going to move on now. So, as far as the bays go, it's going to take us 26 days to be complete, although the second mech bay will be finished before that happens, which may speed up some things. What we could do is I could try and upgrade the Phoenix Hawk. It will take a lot of days to get done. And we would, from what we've already checked, we'd only have 4 days extra. Although it would be a higher priority than the Panther. So I may push it ahead. But I'm afraid that these changes will take a lot of days to finish. So some of this is out of my own curiosity. The one thing that I'm curious about with the heat sinks is if I replace it with a double heat sink, will that make all of my heat sinks double heat sinks? Because if that's true, well, first off, does it let that happen? Well, we're overweight. Does it have any other warnings? So if I remove the normal heat sink and I put a double heat sink in, does that... It allows that to happen. Okay. So the question that I have is if I remove all of the single heat sinks, I put a double heat sink in, does that convert everything to double heat sinks? And no, the answer to that, no, it doesn't. Okay. So we could keep things as is and be just a slight bit better heat efficiency wise, because we would have an additional 3 a turn. Alternatively, we strip out a heat sink, which would give us room for one of the weapon systems we got. So we did pick up a medium pulse laser. This would give us quite a bit more damage. You do cut down the range, I think. No, I'm completely bullshitting you. No, it doesn't cut down the range. In the tabletop game, it cuts down the range. Not in this game. So this is 2 tons. So that's why I would be required to remove a heatsink. The problem is I'd also want to put in a ER medium laser. And both of these systems are greater heat than a medium laser. I mean, granted, they're even greater heat than a large laser. But what we could do is just strip out one of our normal medium lasers and put in the ER medium laser. And we have compensated with that slightly with the double heatsink. It's really not good enough. And overall, we've gotten worse in heat efficiency. But we have increased in damage output by about 10. Yeah, about 10. And we've also increased the range quite a bit. Pretty much doubled it. Almost, not quite. We doubled the optimum range, I think. No, we've doubled from the optimal to the maximum. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've done. So just a little bit more range. 90 meters probably, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's what we do. I'm just a little worried about that heat efficiency. I kind of was hoping that it would just turn all of my heat sinks into double heat sinks by putting a double heat sink in. So we're probably going to be looking for more double heat sinks if we can get more. Let's just check the store one more time before we commit to anything. Still just normal heat sinks in here. None of the special systems. So if we can get more double heat sinks, this Phoenix Hawk will be better and better because we can just replace these ones. All right. Guess that's going to have to do it. Confirm. That's going to take 6 days. So I'm not really sure I'm going to change the order of things, because that would only put us over time by 2 days. You know what? Hold on. We might be wasting some time because I was messing around with the heat sinks, and I think it kind of did it in a weird way. It might have actually cost us more time than makes sense. Yeah, so it should only take 5 days, which would put us 1 day over time. All right. I'll do it. I mean, it's going to put us even more a bad position as far as heat goes, but I think it's a good idea. All right, so that's all the work we can do, realistically. Definitely we could do with more modifications of our mechs, but I really can't afford the time. So, all right, let's move on. So we're going to travel to New Vandenberg, which is going to take us 30 days to get there. It's a 1.5 skull location. I would prefer to go somewhere easier, but there really is nothing on the way that isn't multiple jumps away. And I'd like to get more money sooner because we are kind of tight on that. We're going to hit one financial period. There's no half skull locations either, again, without it being multiple jumps away. Which obviously costs, the more jumps it is, the more difficult it is, or the more cost you're having to eat. So we might save time by doing a longer trip. But also, New Vandenberg is going to be a nice place from all of the things that are part of the attributes of the planet. So, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and travel. 60,000. I think we'll be all right. We got 1.5 million. We'll get our ship upgrade done. We may not be able to afford to do another one because we do have a financial report about to happen. We'll get all of our pilots back, so that's good. Some of our less experienced pilots will get a decent amount of experience from our simulators. So the time will be well spent, in theory.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
I'm going to continue with the generous so that we can get our morale up, because that is fairly important. We are now looking at just over 1 million. And the Argo upgrade will be done. We could look at another one. There might be some cheap ones that I can get away with. And honestly, the mech bay being built might make it so the Phoenix Hawk gets done quicker. Although there might not be enough time after it's done. Kind of the problem. But once we get out of Taurian space, things should ease up for us. Okay, temporary improvements. Yang arrives at the morning briefing in a foul mood. Commander, if one more pilot shows up to complain that their favorite mech isn't ready, I'm going to pitch someone out an airlock. Darius intervenes. How about we draft some of them to actually help? It might be educational for them and useful for you. Dr. Murad has been deep in thought. The Argo has very powerful systems that are currently offline. If we can get them working, even only temporarily, it might help with the current workload. So you can draft some pilots to help. Temporarily hook up the automation system. This requires powered conduits. Or temporarily hook up the refit harness. I wonder what the downsides of this. Now this will also give us some mech points. Hey, Roax. Oh yeah, I put a lot of this up on YouTube. I've been really enjoying the POC, heavy metal. It's been very good so far, anyway. Let me go with automation systems. Hopefully it doesn't overload it. Okay, it just gives us a 14-day temporary boost tech points, which we really honestly do need. Yang is more excited about Dr. Murad's assistance than babysitting some reluctantly drafted mech jockeys. Later that week, Farah checks in with an update. Commander, these Starlink era systems are amazing but challenging. The automation systems is partially online now, maybe for a couple of weeks. Making some calculations on her ubiquitous data pad, she arches an eyebrow. If we can spare the C-bills, I'd like to spend the time to make this improvement permanent. Work on the power conduits was all the prep we needed to do. I'm ready when you are. Well, we'll see if we have the money. Oh, don't get too ahead of yourself, Dr. Murad. So yeah, 14 days, we're gonna have a little bit of a boost. Does that help us with the Phoenix Hawk? It does. The Phoenix Hawk will get done early. That's excellent. And then we're gonna get the ship upgrade done too.
Upgrades you asked for are unlocked.
Which is speed that up even more. So we have 4 days to work with. I highly doubt there's any upgrades we could do in 4 days. But what would we want to do if we did something? Well, we have that pulse laser. I don't know where we'd put it. I mean, you lose out. If you were to move 2 medium lasers to make room for it, you'd lose out on damage. It wouldn't be a big difference. It'd be 10. You would gain out in heat. Not a lot, but a little. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm ready to use it just yet. Ideally, I want to put it in the Phoenix Hawk, but we just have to get better systems to get it working, in my opinion. So right now, I don't really have anything that's jumping out at me. Maybe upgrading this Panther out of the default. We've already done that with the other Panther, and we're technically currently working on it. But if I remember correctly, that was a pretty long upgrade. We could do one a little less extensive. If I were to do something less extensive, it'd probably be something like this. Four days. It's looking like right on the money for how much time we have. And then I'd probably just up armor it. So from a damage perspective, trying to think, we probably increase the damage, right? So a PPC does 50, a large laser does 40, so that's down 10. But an upgrade from an SRM-4 or an SRM-6 gives you another 16. So in theory, we've gained 6 damage, which is not stellar. 88 damage is not good enough. I like to see 100 damage with all the mechs that I do. If I were to really leverage this thing as much as I could, I'd probably stick a medium laser in it somewhere. Maybe here. But then that increases the amount of days it takes. 5 days is still doable. 3 medium lasers. I think that'd take too long because it's too many systems. Like, whereas this is a simpler upgrade with only a few systems being added and a couple systems being removed. So I think from a time scale, this is the more efficient. But yeah, I agree with you. That wouldn't be a bad loadout. So that should get me up to, what, 113? Yeah, 113. Good. Awesome. All right, I'll do it this one. So it's nice and efficient from a time scale, and it makes the mech more effective from a damage output. Because with SRM-4, you're only looking at 32 damage. So you're only looking at 82 damage. So this really does improve it quite a lot. You're making that damage be closer in, but not dramatically closer in. So it'll get done 1 day after we arrive, which is not that bad. All right, let's go ahead and continue. And we'll be there in 11 days. We get all our pilots back, which is good. All right, we're here. May our luck hold out better than it has so far. That last system was rough. Let's visit the store, see what we got. Granted, we don't have a lot of money to spend anything, but we'll just see. Oh boy. These are very expensive. -2 heat. Oh geez, that would be nice. -2 heat. +5 damage. Geez, these are really good systems. Ah, there's the Narc Beacon. See, I got these two confused. I got the tag confused with Narc Beacon, but thankfully somebody pointed that out to me. So 50% damage mark missile. So the Narc missile beacon launcher is designed to fire a single highly specialized missile that deploys a homing beacon upon impact. The attached beacon transmits data to allied units, causing the linked target to receive increased damage from subsequent missile weaponry attacks. 50% extra damage. That is a lot. I mean, I know it's a plus. It seems like a lot of extra damage. So we have some really cool systems in this. Ooh, a snub PPC. With +10 stability damage. Okay. Well, that's actually fairly cheap, too. The heat is very high. I don't know who we would put that in. Tonnage is only 6 tons as opposed to the 7 a normal PPC has. And the one thing that's cool about a snub PPC is it has no minimum range, so you can use this at closer ranges. Granted, it is closer range by its very nature. So that was unfortunate. It also does Am I reading that correctly? I almost need to look at something else to see if that is being read correctly. Is that 15 damage times... 15 damage times 5? So it hits them 5 times for 60 damage. Considering it's not that expensive a weapon, I really feel like we should pick that up. I don't really care about the stability damage, although 60 stability damage is a lot. That is tempting. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I mean, it does more stability damage than this one with plus 30 stability damage. Because again, you get the multiplier. Wow, that's a really good weapon system, man. So there's some really good stuff here. Obviously, I want the pulse laser. The 2 pulse lasers I'd love to have, but those are way too expensive for us. With the stun PPC, I think that's doable. And it seems pretty damn good. So yeah, I'm going to buy it. I don't know when we're going to use it, but I figure pick it up while we have it sitting here, right? I don't unfortunately have a whole lot to sell because I sold a lot of it in the last system because of where we were at. And this stuff isn't going to give me enough money even if I sold all of it, so... At the moment, yeah, we're kind of in a tough spot. But maybe we can make enough money here that I can buy some of these systems that are really good. Because, man, they are really good. But the pulse lasers, I think, kind of are the top that I'd want, because minus heat, that's really good. Then it'd be on the same scale as a large laser. And this one's actually at 16. Why is it at 16? It's only minus 2 heat. It's a little confusing. But this one's even better. It also does 50 damage. Where's the extra damage coming from? As far as I can tell, the pluses are just the heat and the accuracy, but yet it does more damage and less heat. Well, I mean, it almost cost 2 million, so the likelihood we can afford it is really not high, but holy Christ, that would be good to get. All right, well, in any case, let's take a look at our pilots and then look at the contracts. So all our pilots should be back. Some of them should have accumulated some nice experience along the trip. So I want to get you, Russ, to that. We're very close.
Mech Warrior training complete.
You're still saving up. It's going to take a little while for you. Drake
Commander?
was hurt, but is now back. Not really sure what to prioritize with you just yet.
Yes, Commander.
Legend's pretty much at the same point, except less tactics.
I'm here.
Yellow Jacket we're not going to use.
Yes, Commander.
And Leo we're saving up for this. So for most of these pilots,
go.
we really don't have anything to spend our points on. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I think piloting would serve these particular pilots well.
Training
Because they tend to be fairly close range. Probably wouldn't be smart to use her or upgrade her until we know we're going to use her, but
Good to go.
who knows. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our contracts. This could be a good planet for us as long as we don't get screwed with what contracts are here. Okay. Yeah, that one that's like almost 2 million, that would be worth stripping a couple medium lasers out because it does the same amount of damage and yet would generate way less heat. So I wouldn't mind that. Ideally, you would add it on too, but, you know, whatever is what it is. Okay, let's look through what we got. So we've got Assassinate. I'm pretty happy with that kind of mission. Destroy Base. Could take it or leave it. Escort, I'd rather not. Battle at 1 skull. That's pretty good. Battle another 1 skull. These are seemingly pretty good missions so far. Battle of 2 skulls. And another Assassinate mission. So 2 Assassinate missions and several battles. That's actually good luck, I think. Let's start this off fairly simple. I'm going to go with this 1 skull mission, chiefly because it's one of the highest paying jobs here. The only one that pays higher is this one here, but it's an extra skull. So I figure we go with this one. It's a battle in the Highlands, only 1 skull. It is alright salvage. I wouldn't say stellar. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 and 9 though. Actually, at 1 skull, is the salvage really going to be all that worth it? I mean, we really do need the salvage though, so I'm tempted. But we do get a little bit more money if I go for the money. I think the money's going to be more important. We want to get that I cannot pass by that pulse laser. That's just too good. So yeah, let's go ahead and accept this contract. We are going to move our mechs around a little bit. So you go there, you go there, you leave. Do I want to use my best pilots, actually? That's a good question. No, we don't, because this is this would be a nice training mission for our less experienced pilots. So with that being the case, I'm not going to use my top line mechs either. I want to continue to have Leo in the lineup because I feel like I need him to gain experience. Probably could argue the same thing for Brunswick, although my pilot, I think Brunswick and my pilot are fairly important. So in this case, I say we put Legend in instead of Drake. We put Crackshot in. I think for this mission, we'll go ahead with Brunswick. Maybe next mission, we put my pilot in. I think that's the route I'm going to take. All right, this is what we're going to do. Which Panther did I put in this? This is one of the ones we modified, huh? So we've got an LRM-10, large laser, medium laser. So this is meant as more of a support mech. So we have 2 support mechs set up. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. I don't care. We do have a scout, so we'll be able to use that somewhat effectively. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this loadout. Let's go ahead and deploy. This will give us an opportunity to get some experience in our pilots. Yellow Jacket will sit on the sidelines. She's not really good enough yet. Use. I'd rather her get... we're just going to sit on her and let her get experience through the simulator until she can't get any more, and then maybe we start putting her in missions. But Crackshot could use the experience. We're going to be going towards a flashpoint, so having more backup pilots that have some level of skill would be nice. So that if we take a pilot injury during the consecutive deployments, we're not screwed. Yeah. I'm happy with this planet and what missions we got. Now, they could still go badly, so we'll, you know, it is what it is. You don't want to hear anything about reinforcements. No reinforcements. We got them, Commander, right out in the open. These guys are amateurs. Get eyes on them. Take them out. Good hunting, Commander. Live you out. He didn't mention reinforcements. They might still happen, but we have some hope. All right, let's just start jumping towards them aggressively. I want to get them into sensor range as quickly as we can. Also, we want to have a lot of damage reduction on these two, who have both of these have bulwark, so. All right, Brunswick, it's going to be kind of your responsibility to get that sensor lock. Run to there, you might get it. Run to there, you for sure get it. I'd rather go with the you might get it.
On it.
Hopefully you do indeed get it. Yeah, you did. Okay, they might see us next turn. Let's have you jump. We don't kind of want you in the front line if we can avoid it. Jump to there. Should be a decent setup. So we got 40% damage reduction and 60% damage reduction on all these guys in the woods, and then 25% for Brunswick. That's pretty decent.
Acknowledged.
All right. Let's see what you are. Ooh, a Phoenix Hawk. Is it me, or did you go on the scale of a light mech? No, you do. You went on medium. There's probably another medium mech in here somewhere. I wouldn't mind having another Phoenix Hawk. Might make us a little too
Waiting for orders.
one-dimensional, though. Doesn't really suit our pilots that we have. What would you be in range of? Just about everything except the small laser. Let's wait one more time until they're... yeah, okay. We just need to make sure that they didn't have any more. We cannot take this Phoenix Hawk for granted in some ways, but it's pretty out in the open. It doesn't have that great of evasion. I figure we open up on it. Yeah, that's fine.
Position confirmed.
Go ahead and have the Jenner do its thing.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Didn't hit with a whole lot of that, unfortunately, but...
Yes, Commander.
Alright, I'm gonna have you jump somewhat close. It's actually a toss-up of who has the most damage here. Vio's going to be the best shot out of the group. I want him to be in range of most of his weapons, though, so that will do it.
Acknowledged. Firing on target.
There we go. That was a good... Theo's been a fairly dependable pilot so far. Okay, now Lenji can do her move, which is to jump up somewhat aggressively.
Lifting off.
See what she can do.
Roger that.
Okay. Alright, damage.
Commander?
What's your attack like from this distance? 75%, 85%? What happens if I moved you? That actually doesn't improve. So, yeah, just hit where you are.
Roger. Target confirmed.
Okay. Not a bad hit. Hey, took an arm off. There goes some of the Phoenix Hawk's firepower.
Reporting critical hit.
I think it's the right arm that has most of it. Some of the scarier stuff, anyway. Okay, Panther. Got good damage reduction, so I'm not too worried about that, although I would have preferred a lot of that had missed. Darius, those aren't compelling colors on those units. Unknown mercenary force, you are intruding on a joint Cretan and Capellan operation. Withdraw or you will be destroyed. Commander, I think our employers might not have given us the whole picture here. We'll need to engage and destroy the Cretan forces as well. Oh, they do have reinforcements. We were already engaging Cretan forces, were we not? Oh, no, okay. No, that's a first Draconis Combine. Well, it's only a spider, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Standing by.
I kind of want to continue to open up on this Phoenix Hawk before it gets a chance to go. I'm a little worried about where my heat's going to be. Doing this aggressive of a move. We could even light him up with a precision strike and just try and finish him this turn. I assume he can't take too much more of a beating.
Roger.
Let's see where he's at. Yeah, honestly, I think the precision shot is the right call because we can go for that leg and try and take that out.
Affirmative.
And not hit the leg at all. All right. Well, we still get...
Waiting for orders.
So if I remember correctly, you not moving is ideal. We could multi-target and start going after the Panther. Not sure what good that does me, though. Just full salvo here.
Target locked.
We want just this guy. We just want this guy to go down. He might be the only thing that can see us too. I'm not sure this Panther can see me.
Receiving you.
I might just stand still. I mean, granted, he can see me. Alright. Can't really back up either, though. We really have to be here. Alright, that's fine. It is what it is. It's just open up on the guy. I mean, how much more punishment can he take before he starts losing stuff that really matters?
Firing all weapons.
Oh, come on. You're joking me. There you go.
Critical hit, Commander.
Alright, that should be almost everything he's got. Yeah, that's every weapon system he's got, so he doesn't have anything else.
Yes, Commander.
At this point, he's probably... Yeah, I mean, he still has a fair amount of health in that center torso section. I'll go ahead and move a little bit so we get some evasion. Because it doesn't really matter all that much. But I'd like this guy to go down. If at all possible. Die! Well, run at us uselessly. Alright, the Phoenix Hawk is technically a Hawk at this point, but still a threat from a punching potential. Phoenix Hawks can do decent damage in melee, so I shouldn't completely write it off as being dead. We'll try and finish it with Crack Shot.
Standing by.
A Crack Shot. Oh, Crack Shot doesn't have multi-target. I was about to say multi-target. Never mind. Doing okay from a heat scale. Get in here. Open up on this spider. Spider's not really a high priority target. Frankly, I should just wait for the Panther to go. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on what to do next, but... I guess we'll have Brunswick try and finish this guy. I mean, I can't hit him because he has such good evasion right now. I know he's going to counterattack me with a punch, so... Alternatively, we just back away. But he's going to get that punch off before... I don't know. I'm really torn on what to do here. I guess we could just do a precision strike and try and finish him. So he doesn't get that in. I mean, how much health does he even have here? Not a lot. This is, I feel like, a really waste of our firepower, but it gets him killed, and that's kind of what matters more to me. Because I just don't want these melee attacks to come in
Hope we can salvage that.
that we can't really stop. Okay. Be able to retaliate against that Panther pretty nicely, I think.
Minimal damage.
Orders.
Problem is, can I get vision on the Panther and a good spot? Not really, so... Well, one thing I could do, and I guess this makes some semblance of sense, is we move,
Roger.
and then we sensor lock one of these guys. In theory, you'd want to sensor lock the spider, but I kind of want to take out the Panther with as much damage as we can. The spider's just not really much of a threat. I'm fine with it. Ignoring it. I hope this isn't a hunchback.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, the vision just sucks here. How can he see me? How could he hit me with the PPC? I can't get a direct line of sight on him. Sometimes this game and the way the AI does their line of sight, like, really is ridiculous. I guess this will do. It is a hunchback. Medium laser variant. Well, that sucks.
Aye, aye.
Alright, we'll do what we can to open up on that guy. We got him in the head.
Orders.
Spider maybe getting behind me. We prefer that not to happen, but
Affirmative.
pretty difficult not to allow it. Okay. Not bad.
Oh, it's on now.
Here comes the Panther. Okay, it missed.
Damage is light.
Oh, they get to go twice in a row because it's different factions. Interesting. I mean, I kind of already knew that's how that worked, but...
Yep.
Typically, they are fighting each other, which is why that kind of works that way. Well... Panther's still the easier one to hit. But at this moment, me moving now doesn't really get us anything, so... Let's let the hunchback come in. It's going to do what it's going to do. More than likely open up on the enforcer. Not sure I'm going to be able to retaliate too much. But the hunchback is kind of on a list. Priority list. If we get in behind it, that'd be nice. Okay, so this is all the forces we're looking at here. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, I'm going to make the same move I was going to. Like, roughly. And this way we can kind of pick and choose what our targets are.
Copy that.
So, 60%, 65%. I'm going for the Panther. You know what? Screw it. Make it an even better chance.
All weapons are go.
Okay.
Commander?
Okay. Attack. And open fire.
Acknowledge.
Okay, we took out that section. Not that I think that does a whole lot.
That hurt.
Oh, that takes out the SRM-4 ammo. Okay.
It's good to go.
I guess we could just finish this guy. Multi-target. So, A, B. B is going to be the other 5.
Copy that.
Oh, come on. You got to hit with that stuff, guys. You still got the kill. Good job. Alright. Now we work on the Hunchback. It's going to be running... Oh, I was going to say it's going to be running fairly hot, but I guess not. Now, if I can get Precision Strike, we will be able to really beat on that guy. Okay, of all the things you could do, I'm happy with that. Okay, I think we can.
Standing by.
So, try and get Crackshot into a better position.
I'm
Use a
there.
Precision Strike. Go after the right torso. Yeah, Hunchbacks are always scary no matter what variant they are, but this is a lot of damage. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 200 damage right there, and another 20 if they can get close enough to use a small laser.
Firing.
Always aim at their right torso, but ideally you want to get in behind them because they have paper thin rear armor. Unfortunately, my positioning is such that I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to just reserve. We're going to beat him to the initiative punch here anyway.
Reporting.
I'd like to get... There's a couple different ways to approach this, but frankly, I don't think it really matters here how we move, so... Just open up on this guy and keep hitting him. Thankfully, the Enforcer's pretty cool running, so we can continuously fire.
Yeah. Coordinates received.
Just trying to do as much damage as I can. Might not be able to get many medium lasers off this turn.
I'm on it.
We're just spreading our fire out too much here. We're not really hurting his firepower. If we can take out that right torso section, we'd be in a good spot, but... Yeah, that'll do it.
Move orders.
Vindicators are probably running too hot to actually do this attack, though. So I'm going to back off one of the medium lasers. Actually, I probably should have turned off the other M5. I would have gotten more damage that way. Oh,
Scored a critical
he
hit.
took out one of his heat sinks, so his follow-up attack will be a little bit weaker if he opens up on me. Okay, he didn't do anything. That's actually ideal. Again, the spider's not really a threat, so we'll let it do whatever it's going to do here. Alright. If I can get in behind with the Jenner, I'd like to.
Commander.
We can. And then we hit him with a precision strike here again. I'm probably running too hot to really take too much advantage of this. But the upside is we get another turn of just full-on beating on this guy. Without him being able to react. Yeah, we want to go right torso here.
On your tail.
So we're already going internals there. Because the rear armor is just that thin. Fortunately, we hit the arm with our second shot. Crack shot
Waiting for orders.
is not in a good position. Yeah, see that mech has moved in just the ideal position to make it hard on me to like really target him. He's actually forcing me to jump at him. The problem is I'm hitting the left side, not the side we want to be hitting. We want to hit his right side. and I can't get line of sight on the right side, so that's exactly the right thing to do here. We could attack his front. We do really risk the devastating counterattack here because he'd probably be able to get that small laser in there by walking forward. Let's just go ahead and do what attacks we can do here. But unfortunately, you're going to hit the left side here, so let's get what vision we can by moving up. Turn off the LRM-5. That's going to be useless at this range. Fortunately, he does have some damage reduction as well. Oh, well.
Taking the shot.
Yeah, we're just spreading out our damage too much.
Reporting critical.
But the AI did the right thing there to turn away from me.
Commander?
I'm going to try and draw the attention here. If we can take out that torso section...
Wilco.
we're just spreading the damage out too much. We're killing his heat sinks, but that's not killing his firepower, so...
Standing by.
I honestly think at this point, we just keep beating on that left side. We are going to have to jump here. Where's the vision? Where's the vision? Give me the vision. I guess up on the hill? I mean, that makes me an absolute sitting duck. Oh well.
Copy that, Commander.
Panther hasn't been hit yet. Okay, there goes... At least one of his medium lasers will be down. And his center torso is not far from following. So we can get the kill here fairly soon. It's just we're going to have to deal with the retaliation here. Which will be a big one. Okay. Well, that's why we have the damage reduction there. From our frontliners. Okay, the general will probably be able to pull off the kill here just by continuing to attack that same side. But frankly, we'll just let the... no, we don't want to wait too long.
What do you need?
We want to get the kill before it gets the chance to react. I'm just trying to get up a decent amount of evasion. That'll do it.
Confirmed.
Actually, not going to be great. We're probably going to be able to do 2 medium lasers. We'll try for it, though.
Locked on target.
Oh, we got a little bit of damage in there. Here comes the spider. Okay, I'm fine with it attacking the Vindicator. Probably go the precision strike against the Hunchback so it doesn't get a chance to go. This will give us a better chance of killing it before it moves. We will have to back off something. Probably the medium laser because it's the thing that does the least damage. We'll go after the center torso. Let's go after the leg. Let's do this with style.
Target.
Alright. Didn't quite get it.
Something good.
The important thing, though, is we reduced its initiative. Enforcer's running kind of hot, so we're going to go in for the melee attack. Got him. Excellent. Now it's just a spider, which in my opinion is just not all that threatening. And it's put itself nice and close to me, so I'm just going to go with the melee attack here. We kind of need to cool off anyway. I might get my back next turn, but 2 medium lasers isn't going to do that much damage. And we can punch him and do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, that's probably going to be a rear shot there. We've got the armor, so that didn't really hurt us too bad. And now we've got at least 2 melee attacks to swing his way.
Roger that.
And depending on how that goes, we'll have follow-up attacks here. I'm going to start with the
Engaging.
Enforcer because it will actually burn 2 evasion by attacking, because 1 with the melee attack and then 1 with the small laser follow-up. So now it has no evasion.
Standing by.
We can get on its rear.
Got it.
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of heat to work with. I can do 3 medium lasers. That's honestly probably worth it for a precision strike. Because if we can focus that all on the center torso, we might actually get the kill against the spider. Because he has no frontal armor. He's already taken a beating there.
Putting one in the back.
That may do it. Nah, I don't. I think it didn't hit. It didn't. We needed 2 to hit.
Waiting for
Well,
orders.
here's a follow-up attack that should seal the deal.
Gotcha.
Fury? Holy moly. Well, he got knocked down, so we'll just stomp his ass. With the last remaining mech.
Moving to position.
Maybe should have done a death from above just to
Locked on for physical attack.
put that in. Make him really feel it.
Hostile eliminated.
Alright. I contacted our Turian rep to find out why we weren't told about the extra lands. Let's debrief in orbit, Commander.
Mission successful.
I have a feeling we're gonna get maybe a bonus here. We better get a bonus. Hazard pay. No, we got no bonus. Damn. Yeah, not really anything a whole lot to say there. Okay, so Phoenix Hawk probably going to pick that up. Hunchback wouldn't be a bad pickup as well, especially for our frontliner. Let's make sure there's no special systems that we're missing out on, though. That can be a problem. Honestly, either one of these mechs would be solid. I feel like the Hunchback would fill roles we need a little bit better. Yep, never doing DFA again. I was getting torn apart and DFA'd using a fresh Phoenix Hawk. He missed, double-legged himself, and was out of commission for 90-plus days. Well, I would have done it in that case because my mechs were fairly fresh in the legs, but yeah. Most cases, it's not a good idea. I have that achievement to get, though. I got the first one. I think there's at least a couple. Like, I think you have to kill 25 or something. Not that that's really why I would do it. Or just for the flair. Oh, the legs were untouched. That's interesting. Oh, because he missed, you do... Oh, yeah, that's right. When you miss, you do more damage. Well, if you knock an opponent down, your chance to hit him with a death from above is a lot higher. So that's why I would have done it in that situation. But a standing mech, it's very hard to land those. So I agree. In most situations, it's not a good idea. But if you want a little bit of flair to end out a mission and somebody's already on their back on the ground, then your chance of getting a death from above is a lot higher. At least that's been my experience so far. Maybe I'm wrong on that in some circumstances, but... Okay. Well, we are at that time where I normally take about a 10-minute break. We'll be back after that, and we'll do some more missions here. There's plenty of missions to do here. And that one went pretty well. We didn't make a ton of money, but none of these are really all that high-paying, comparatively speaking. But hey, they'll get the job done, and they're doable missions. So we'll probably do this one next. The Tarians screwed us on a mission, so we'll go right against them. At least I think it's against them. Who's the target? Not sure it says. Or we could go to negotiate and find out. Oh, it's against pirates. Never mind. I'm actually not sure who we're going to ally to in this campaign. I just allied to America in my last campaign, so I don't want to do that this time around. So I would like to do somebody different. I don't know if we have any lead going into this so far. I mean, we're close to the... I guess the Federated Suns are the closest. I guess we could push for them. I don't think I've allied to them in the past. My last strategy was go against the person that has the least enemies. I don't think the House Davian is that bad. Let's see if we can get that pop up again. They only have 4 enemies, and one of them pirates, so it's not really that bad. House America is the one that has the least enemies. They only have 3. And obviously, again, one of those is pirates. Everybody is enemies with pirates, so that's just given. Some of these other ones have a lot of enemies, like the Tarians have a ton of enemies. I want to say the Capellans have a ton of enemies. Yeah. They may have the most. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, they're tied. They're tied. These guys only have 4 as well, so these 2 are tied. Then the Canopians, they also have 4. So a few of these guys have 4. The Lyrans have 5. Obviously, the Pirates have a ton. Rana Restoration only have 2. You know, I guess you can't ally with the Rana Restoration in the career mode. So never even attempted to get them to like me in the career mode. I've done enough contracts for them in the campaign. Alrighty, guys. Let's go ahead and do our little bit of a break here.